India were knocked out in the semi-finals of the 2016 ICC World T20 by eventual champions Windies. Express photo by Partha Paul. India will begin their campaign for the ICC T20 World Cup on October 24, 2020 against South Africa in Perth. India will then go on to play a qualifier at MCG in Melbourne. It will be followed by facing England at the same venue before their final two fixtures of the Super 12s against another qualifier and Afghanistan at Adelaide and SCG, Sydney respectively. The tournament, with Windies as defending champions, gets underway on October 18. It will be for the first time that men's and women's tournaments will be held as standalone in the same country, and in the same year, ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2020 will be the second of the two editions and will take place from October 18 to November 15, 2020. Hosts Australia will play the opening match of the Super 12 stage of the tournament on October 24 under lights at the SCG in a blockbuster match-up against the top-ranked Pakistan. The first men's semi-final will take place at the SCG on November 11, with Adelaide Oval hosting the second semi-final the following night. Like the women's final, the men's final will be played at the MCG on the evening of November 15, 2020. It's now over to the men's. Here are the groups for the first round and Super
12 of the ICC Men's.
New Zealand on October 25 at the MCG. They will then face Australia on October 28, a qualifier on October 30, Pakistan on November 3 and another qualifier on November 7. Having finished 9th and 10th in the ICC World T20 team rankings, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh are the two known qualifiers in the first round of the men's event, with matches to be played in Geelong and Hobart from October 18 to 23. The remaining 6 teams for the first round will be determined via a qualifying tournament to be held in 2019. A total of 4 teams from the first round, 2 each from Group A and Group B, will progress to the Super 12 stage. India women to face Australia in opener. ICC Women's T20 World Cup 2020 will take place from February 21 to March 8, 2020, culminating in the final at the MCG on International Women's Day. A spectacular opening ceremony will mark the start of the tournament, when hosts and defending champions Australia take on India at Sydney Showgrounds Stadium on February 21, 2020. The women's
tournament will also feature doubleheader semi-finals at the iconic SCG on March 5, 2020. Here's how the teams will be grouped for the ICC Women's.
Will the key matchups be pic.twitter.com/eo8mc8np4 ICC T20 World Cup. At T20 World Cup, the 28th of January 2019, India women, who were knocked out in the semi-finals of the tournament in 2008, will get their attempt of winning a first T20 World Cup underway against Australia at the Spotless Stadium in Sydney on February 21, 2020. It will be followed by a game against a qualifier on February 26 at WACA Perth, against New Zealand on February 27 and Sri Lanka on February 29 at Junction Oval, Melbourne. The 8 top-ranked teams based on finishing positions from the World T20 in the West Indies have automatically qualified, with the remaining 2 places to be determined through a qualifying tournament to be held in 2019. Both tournaments will be held across Australia in 8 cities and 13 venues. India men's fixtures for ICC T20 World Cup 2020 Super 12s. India vs South Africa at Perth Stadium, Perth on October 24, 2020. Super 12s. India vs A2 qualifier at MCG, Melbourne on October 29, 2020. Super 12s. India vs England at MCG, Melbourne on November 1, 2020. Super 12s. India vs B1 qualifier at Adelaide Oval, Adelaide on November 5, 2020. Super 12s. India vs Afghanistan at SCG, Sydney on November 8, 2020. India women's fixtures for ICC T20 World Cup 2020. India vs Australia at Spotless Stadium, Sydney on February 21, 2020. India vs qualifier at WACA Perth on February 24, 2020. India vs New Zealand at Junction Oval, Melbourne on February 27, 2020. India vs Sri Lanka at Junction Oval, Melbourne on February 29, 2020.